Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Lord's Day. It's Sunday night. I got some free time. My wife is hanging out with some friends. I'm just chilling on this rainy day, drinking some coffee. And I wanted to do a Bible comparison on 3 Crossway Bibles. Let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, so what I have here before me is 3 Crossway Bibles. And the reason I'm making this video is primarily for this one and this one. I'll get to this one in a few minutes, but what we've got here is we've got the Crossway ESV Heirloom Legacy Bible. We've got a Crossway ESV Omega Thin Line Reference Bible. And then we've got the Crossway ESV Heirloom Wide Margin Bible, all in brown goatskin. Now these two on the edges here are dark brown goatskin, and this Omega here is of course a mid-brown goatskin. And so what I wanted to do with this video is compare the two, or compare the 3 actually, for the purpose of these 2 Bibles, and just to kind of show off this Bible as well. Crossway right now is producing more of these Bibles, and you can pick them up at evangelicalbibles.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. But they are coming out with the Omega 80th Anniversary Edition Thin Line Reference Bible. Not in this color. There's going to be a purple, a blue, and I forgot what the other color is. Maybe a green, I believe. And then the same colors, I believe, for this Crossway ESV Legacy. So again, I'm not sure if you can find these Bibles new right now anywhere. You can probably buy a used one online, but I don't think you can buy these new anywhere right now. But again, they are going to be on pre-order here soon through evangelicalbible.com. So I'll again drop that link in the description. Well, this third Bible is a Bible that I picked up on eBay. You can watch a link to this to the video for this Bible down below, and let's get into it. So what you'll notice, first of all, with all 3 of these Bibles, is they're all the same exact footprint. They're all the same height and width. The wide margin might be a hair wider, but for the most part, they're all the same length, as in height and width. And so what we're going to notice here is the differences in these Bibles kind of begins with the thickness. You'll notice that the wide margin is quite not a lot thicker, but about maybe a ½ inch thicker than the Omega Thin Line. And then the Legacy is just a hair thicker than the wide margin. Now we're going to get into these Bibles and show you why that is. Well, let's go ahead and start with the Legacy. Now with the Legacy, what you're going to get is a beautiful brown, dark brown goatskin, 4 hubs on the side, 4 raised spine ribs. Opening it up, you've got that beautiful brown calfskin. It's going to be art gilting on the edges, on the outer perimeter stitching and edge line, as are all premium Bibles. Really what you're going to get into with this Bible is the layout of the page. Now, this Legacy is somewhat of a thin line in my opinion. It's not super thick. But what you're going to find when you open it up is it's almost got a wide margin feel. Now, of course, you've got the single column paragraph format. Some people really, really love this format. I personally don't mind it. I don't like it for studying or for teaching personally, but to read, yeah, it's beautiful. And what you're going to notice also, aside from the single column format, is it's got wide margins on both the bottom, sides, and top. Now, you're not going to get much of an inner margin here, but this Bible, in theory, could be used as a wide margin Bible. Lamentations, the Psalms, you're going to have even more space to write, so you can definitely make use of that. Going forward to the prophets and the minor prophets, you're going to have quite a lot of room as well. Now, one thing I'll mention, with most Crossway Bibles, and this one specifically, there's no book introductions. It just goes straight into the book. Also, the verse numbers are found in the actual text. And then the subtitles for each part of the chapter are on the outside here. You can see a very good example of that. What you're going to see with these pages is it's 28 GSM paper, so you are going to see some show through, some ghosting as they call it. in the background. Moving forward, this is a black letter text, so the words of Christ are not in red. You are going to get a strong concordance, and you're going to go straight into your Bible maps on that glossy cardstock paper. So we'll set this one aside. Again, that's the Heirloom Legacy Bible. Looking at the Heirloom Omega, this one is about as thin as it gets. It's about an inch thick, very thin, very supple, very flexible. This is a great Bible to take on the go with you, to teach from, to study the Bible from, to read from. We'll get into that here shortly. As you see with the Legacy, you're going to have that same gold gilding around the side, perimeter stitched. I do have these markers in here. I don't use them very often. I don't use this Bible very often. It typically sits on my shelf for a specific time when I'm going to use it more fully. But opening it up, you're going to have that Holy Bible. I will mention that both of these Bibles were printed and bound in the Netherlands. There's the Legacy and there's the Omega. So this is before Crossway really kind of took it down a notch down to China. But the good news is that both the new Omega 80th edition and the new Legacy that they're releasing in September, I believe, will be bound in the Netherlands, so it's going to have that same quality. Kind of going forward in this Bible, you're going to notice that it's a 2-column paragraph format with references. The Legacy did not have references. I didn't mention that, but it didn't have references. This one does, and it's going to be right down there in the bottom right-hand corner of the page. You'll see that even more so like in Psalms and other books. I kind of love the format, to be honest. I wasn't huge on it a year ago, but I love the 2-column format with the reference suite down here at the bottom. It allows that text to be that much more up in your face. Almost similar to a Schuyler. You know, the Schuyler, they keep the cross references down here at the bottom, and that just allows the text to breathe rather than having the cross reference suite in the center. You're going to notice a beautiful red or salmon under gold here. The paper is, again, that 28 GSM paper, so it's pretty fragile but very durable at the same time. This is not a Bible that I would personally write in. I might take little notes or symbols, but I wouldn't do much writing or highlighting in this one. Going forward to the Gospel of John, of course, you're going to have that black letter text as you are with the Legacy. Moving forward through the New Testament, you're going to have a 3-column concordance, and you're going to go straight into the maps after that. Now, these maps are the same as the Legacy. Now, one thing I will mention that I forgot to mention, the Legacy, the Omega has 2 gold Beresford ribbons. Crossway really went all out with their ribbons. They typically don't use this nice of ribbons, but they used them on this Omega. And what you'll notice here on the Legacy is they've got 4 ribbons in different colors, but they are those typical Crossway ribbons, not too sturdy, not too enduring, very fragile, tend to fray, so on and so forth. Now, what I wanted to mention here briefly with the ribbons is you're going to, with this wide margin, and again, this Bible right here is not on the market anymore. You can check out how I got it in the link below, but this Bible's not on the market. But what you'll see is the ribbons are the same exact ribbon scheme. And so there's that. And this has 4 ribbons as well. Well, opening it up to the wide margin, you're going to see that this is just what it says. It's a wide margin, and I love the grain on this Bible. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very pebbly, very textured, very thick. Opening this one up, you've got that gold gilding around the edges again, perimeter stitched, edge line, very uniform. Crossway Bibles that are printed and bound in the Netherlands are very uniform. So I appreciate that. Now, the hinge on this Bible is very stiff. It has not been used. I got it nearly brand new. And you'll notice that this Bible as well is printed in the Netherlands. So it's a huge win in my book. Now let's go ahead and open it up. We'll open up to 1 Kings. Now what you're going to notice, I'll move my coffee out of the way. I don't want to spill that. What you're going to notice between the Omega thin line and the wide margin, let's just open up to Kings. Yeah, there's Kings right there. We'll even open it up to the same exact page. So what you'll see is they both have that double paragraph format. Now, of course, the thin line is a lot more up in your face. It's got a larger text. The wide margin, it has more of a boxier shape. It's more zoomed out, or the text is more, it's smaller. But what you'll notice is the cross references are also at the bottom in this layout, which is amazing. And then as far as the wide margins go, you have about 1.25 inches on the outer and inner, and then about 1 inch on the bottom. Now, you're not going to be getting any on the top. You might have about a 1/2 inch there, but still usable for sure. Now, one thing I think Crossway really missed with these two Bibles, again, I don't know if they were released around the same time, but right here we're in 1 Kings chapter 7. 1 Kings chapter 7. Chapter 8 starts on the bottom left-hand part of the page. However, on the wide margin, chapter 8 starts on the bottom of the right-hand part of the page. And I think that Crossway should really think about releasing this Bible again, but making it the same pagination as the Omega Thin Line. That would just make an incredible duo pair of Bibles. This could be used as your wide margin Bible, your desk Bible, and this could be used as your travel Bible, and that way you can memorize where text is. It'll be easy to find verses. Everything will be the exact same. So I would really love to see that. And again, I don't know why this Bible is not on the market anymore, to be honest. It was a very popular Bible when it was released, and it's strange to me why they have not released it again. Now, they do have this same text block in a lesser bound leather. It might have something to do with them moving to China. But again, it's like Taco Bell or McDonald's. You know, they release, not that I eat that kind of food very often, but they release a very hot item that people love for 2 months. It sells like crazy. People love it. Then they take it away, never to be seen again. And it's like, what are you thinking? Why would you not release it and continue to release it? It's popular. People love it. People use it. So that's my little rant on this Bible. So going forward with Psalms, you're going to have that same double column paragraph format. It's also on 28 GSM paper. So as far as the usability of this Bible, I know many brothers have used this on a daily basis. There's actually I can drop a link in the description, if I remember, on a crash test video of this Bible. But it does hold up after time. And so you got that same concordance. Again, these Bibles are the exact same except for the pagination and the wider margins. So guys, that's it. That is my comparison of these 3 Crossway Bibles. I will drop links in the description for these 2 where you can pre-order them. And then I will see you guys in the next one.